Hello everybody, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is my last cash envelope stuffing for the month of March. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So yes, this is the last cash envelope stuffing for March. Now someone asked me the other day, will it count towards March's budget or April's budget? Bearing in mind that April starts on Thursday. Now this is still counted as March. I'm going to do the food shop on Tuesday, so we are still in March. I'm just going to count it as the budget for March. It might mean that the budget for April is actually slightly less overall, because kind of half of the first week will be already paid for, if that makes sense. But this is the way I do my budget and our cash envelopes. Obviously you need to decide what works best for you and your circumstances. So as always, this is my cash envelope system. It's just off Amazon. I will leave the links below as always in the description box. Well, let's get started. So the first thing I'm just going to take out my cash envelopes first of all, and then I'm going to empty them out. So if you know, I'm doing some cash savings challenges this year, and so part of it goes towards that. So nothing in food for the moment. So there's £2.40 left in miscellaneous, so that'll come out of there. Nothing left in petrol, £10 left in children's outings, and nothing left in eating. So actually most of them are fairly empty for now. So I have 5 cash envelopes, you can see, that I'm going to talk about today. And from week in, week out, this kind of doesn't change very much, but I like to share this with you. Lots of people seem to enjoy the cash envelope stuff in videos, especially because lots of them are American based, and so I'm showing how this would work in the UK, but also I'm trying to show that we live a fairly good life on what is, or can be perceived as, quite a small budget. So here we go. So food, as always, I talked the other day about how I've got a video planned in April called How to Feed Your Family for £50 a week. Now if you know, and I've watched these videos before, you know that I generally put I put £60 in the food budget, and most of the time it kind of stays around 45 to 55. It kind of stays on that week in, week out. Sometimes even when I'm not even trying to keep it particularly low, it still seems to work out of that. But I've got that video planned, but as always I'm going to start with the food envelope. So they're all empty now because I've taken what was left in them out. So I'm going to put £60 in food. As always, that's not any different to normal really. So 20, 40, 60. That isn't any different to normal. I feel like that's a comfortable number for our family at the moment. So £60 goes in the food envelope there. That kind of does us, and the next 2 weeks in the UK are Easter holidays, so we're at home, so that might mean that we're kind of eating more at home, maybe slightly more snacks involved, especially my children who seem to want them all the time. So I think £60 will be good for that for this week ahead. The next one is petrol, and actually I'm not going to put anything in the petrol envelope this week, and that is purely because I filled it up the week just gone. I got to the point, so I didn't fill it up the week before, and then I got where the red light came on while I was driving home from work. And if you're someone who knows me, like that's like I don't ever let it get that low. It really makes me feel quite anxious when the red light comes on for the petrol. So I went on the way home, I stopped and got petrol so that the red light would go off. And because I hadn't got my cash envelopes with me, I used my card, so I filled up the tank actually. I don't remember last time I kind of stood and just let it go until it clicks to say that it's full. So actually for this week I'm not going to put any petrol money in the envelope. I just don't need it. And like I said, I haven't had that scenario for quite a while where I've let it get to that point where it's so low, and don't really understand how it got to that point. So I'm not going to put any petrol money in there because I just don't need it for this week. Miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is kind of household stuff. I have a feeling that I need to buy dishwasher stuff this week. Now I tend to, so I talk about kind of keeping things in a budget and supermarket brands and stuff here a lot. And actually one of the only things that we buy branded, well kind of, we do buy branded stuff. One of the things I do buy branded is dishwasher tablets. Now we've tried the cheaper versions, we've tried supermarket own brands, we've tried kind of different ones, and for me personally I think that the branded ones do clean things better in the dishwasher. So I kind of tend to buy them when they're on offer, and I buy the biggest bag possible when they're on offer so it's cheaper. But I know lots of people would kind of go, well, you buy the branded version of dishwashing tablets because they are expensive. And yeah, that is one of the only things. And the same for like laundry detergent. So we've tried the supermarket brand versions of things, but we get the fairy one that's like for sensitive skin, and it's the one that doesn't seem to affect our children's skin in the so that's why perhaps it might seem more. So I'm going to put £20 in the miscellaneous envelope, and that should be enough in there. So that goes in there. So children, so it is the Easter holidays this week, and we are planning on having, so the rules change in the UK tomorrow, so you can go and see people outside, up to 6 people, which I'm really excited about. So we're actually going on a couple of kind of day trips to outside places this week so that we can see people we've not seen in a long time, including my parents, which I'm really looking forward to. I've not seen them since Christmas Day when we saw them for that one day. So the children's budget is going to be £20, so it's going to be more because we are doing more things that are based around like them. So I'm going to put £20 in their budget. That can be things like if we're kind of going and we need to pay, I don't know if we'll need to pay fees to get in one of them. So we'll see. So £20 goes in the children's. I don't remember last time I put £20 in the children's envelope and spent it. But as things start to hopefully kind of become more open and we can do more stuff, their budget will be spent. It's why it's there. So there's £20 put into the children's envelope, and now you can see that there's £30 left, and actually I'm going to put £30 in the eating out envelope, which might seem like quite a lot for us, and it is. But like I said, we're going to go on a couple of day trips out this next week, and this money is there to buy lunch if I decide not to take up at lunch, or like treats or an ice cream, if there's an ice cream van, or if I want a coffee while we're there, or little things that kind of just are additional spends to the day that, again, feel a bit like a treat, especially at the moment when we can't do anything. And I don't want to say no to that if we're out for the day. So I talked before, and I've talked about this a lot on my channel, about we don't deprive ourselves. And if we're out for the day, I don't want to have to say, oh no, you can't get an ice cream, because what are they, like £1, £1.20? Because I'm kind of thinking about the budget. There are certain aspects that I don't compromise on, and having nice days out and making memories and all that is something that we don't compromise on at all at any point. So this eating out budget is for kind of those days out, and I am going to put £30 in there, and if there's some left over, then fine, that's okay, and if there's not, then that's okay as well. The other thing that I'm going to mention now, because it's part of our budget but not part of the cash envelopes, is that actually it's our wedding anniversary this coming week, and we have already ordered and are going to pay for an anniversary meal to be delivered to our house that is paid with on my card, purely because that's what the restaurant asked us to use in order to pay for it, and also it's kind of a one-off. So yes, it might seem weird that I'm using the cash envelope system, but I'm using my card. But again, it's the flexibility that this gives you, and that's how it works for us. So to recap my cash envelopes, so I put £30 in eating out, £20 in children, £20 in miscellaneous, nothing in the petrol envelope, and £60 in the food envelope, and that will do us for the week ahead. Now, how are you finding your cash envelopes? Are you still using them? Let me know how you're getting on. As always, I really appreciate when you watch these and join me on this financial journey. I hope it inspires you to try your own cash envelope system. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.